My people, when the dust finally settled, the British could no longer pretend that this was just a riot. They had been forced to face something they didn't believe was possible. African women, rural women, market women, organizing at scale that rivaled any political movement they had ever faced on the continent. And they lost. First, the immediate win. The plan to tax women was completely scrapped. The colonial administration backed off, knowing that pushing forward would ignite an even bigger rebellion. But it didn't stop there. The uprising also forced the British to reform the corrupt warring chief system. Many chiefs were removed from power. And for the first time in colonial Nigerian history, women were appointed to serve on native courts. Now, was it perfect? Of course not. These reforms didn't end colonialism. They didn't erase exploitation, but they cracked the system, showing the British that their rule was not absolute, that even under occupation, the people could force change. And the legacy? The Aba Women's War became a blueprint for grassroots activism across Nigeria. It inspired anti-colonial movements that followed in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. It showed that protest didn't have to come from guns or political elites. It could come from the people, organized in their own cultural language, on their own terms. But perhaps the most important lesson is this. The Aba Women's War was built on networks, relationships, and a shared understanding of justice that went deeper than politics. These women knew that their strength came from unity. They didn't just fight for themselves. They fought for their daughters, their neighbors, their markets, and their future. And my people, that's a lesson we are still struggling to learn today. Because if 25,000 women without phones, without cars, without $1 from an NGO could shut down the British Empire's local machinery in 1929, what excuse do we have now